Now on CoastTV News.
Governor Matt Meyer questioned.
I have not heard much on Representative Stell.
We ask about Stell Parker Selby.
Route 1 redesign.
It's amazing that we're finally starting on it.
Construction kicks off on new roundabouts and service roads meant to make the highway safer.
Boardwalk legacy.
I think that that would be great.
Rehoboth Beach considers historic landmark status for its iconic boardwalk, how tourists and locals are reacting.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
Delaware Governor Matt Meyer at a loss for words at first when asked about Representative Stell Parker Selby. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Christina DeRobertis. Charlie Sakaitis is on assignment.
The House hasn't been in session since Wednesday. Stell Parker Selby once again wasn't there, meaning she's missed all 38 working days this year, stretching over 6 months. Politicians confirm Parker Selby had a massive stroke this winter. 2 weeks ago today, we asked Governor Meyer about Stell Parker Selby. In our conversation, the governor told CoastTV News he would take action if he heard from people in the district.
If I do hear directly from members of that district, they feel unrepresented and they feel like the governor should take action. Like anything else, I will take action.
CoastTV News' Brandon Ferguson is in the newsroom. And Brandon, you spoke with the governor today.
Maddie, a number of viewers tell us they've reached out to the governor's office, so we read his exact quote back to the governor.
I have not heard much on Representative Stell, and I hope she's in good health. I have not spoken to her. I hope she's in good health.
Will you call for a resignation once this session ends?
I hope she's in good health. The people of that district made a choice.
As the top politician in the state, do you feel like you should use your influence to
I think I should
resolve
use my
what's going on
influence
with Stell
first and
Parker
foremost to choose hope over hate, which is why I came here today to sign this executive.
Thank you for your time, Governor. After those comments from the governor, I asked his office if he would be available to do a one-on-one sit-down interview about the long-term absence of Representative Stell Parker Selby. The response? Absolutely not. Back to you guys.
Brandon, thank you. Now let's take a look at Stell Parker Selby's official Facebook page. Something to note here, the page says the Democratic House Caucus is responsible for this page, but there hasn't been a post since March 3rd, when all other Democratic House members who have an official Facebook page have posted within the last week. Parker Selby was sworn in at home in late March.
Well, temperatures have climbed over the last few days, giving a welcomed boost to foot traffic to boardwalk shops in Ocean City. Weather on Memorial Day weekend, the unofficial start to summer, didn't feel much like summer, and Mother Nature also did not cooperate for the Ocean City Air Show last weekend. So businesses are looking toward the next big weekends now that the clouds have cleared.
Already prepping for it, so we're already bringing in new product and stuff, so try to get a head start on it. We're expecting a really big weekend. I mean, between 4th of July and White Marlin Open, like those are our two monster weekends, so we're really just, we're looking forward to it. So if the weather sticks around, and that's just going to help us. But even if it's like a little off, people will still be down and cruising and stuff.
And today's heat is expected to continue over the weekend before climbing even higher next week.
That is a great time to transition and look live outside into Ocean City as we turn it over to our First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Paul Williams. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening to you, Maddie. And I would say this weekend, the sunshine and the heat is quite manageable. In fact, I would even veer on the side of comfortable and enjoyable. But when we get to Monday, really as early as Sunday, but definitely Monday and Tuesday, Houston, we may have a problem. Okay, so our Bay Health camera, Milford, we're at 84 degrees, but since it's 66 with the dew point temperature, that's an almost 20-degree separation, so it's just regular kind of sunshine, okay? We're at 83 degrees, not only in Lewis, but also in Milton, 84 in Milford, 84 Seaford, and in Georgetown, and 86 degrees currently in Willard. But it feels like the temperature. In other words, the moisture content in the atmosphere is not high enough where the temperature and the heat index are two different numbers. It just feels the exact same. We're looking very clear for right now. We had thunderstorms and really rocking and rolling weather from last night. We're going to stay tranquil and calm and cool. Well, not cool, but at least collected, so to speak. By the way, summer officially kicks off for tonight, but the first full day of summer will actually be for tomorrow, but it starts. But what to expect? Summer officially arrives for us tonight, and then spectacular weekend. Saturday particularly, very comfortable. Then we run into some problems as we go into next week because the heat index may get to 110 or above. Christina.
Thanks, Paul. And as Paul was just telling us, summer is here. That means so is traffic, with cars heading up and down Route 1 to get to the beaches. Coast TV News reporter Emma Aiken is live in our First Alert weather Jeep. Emma, DelDOT says it has plans to fix traffic at the Minos-Conway intersection.
Christina, we're on Nassau Road, about to try and turn onto Route 1. Take a look outside. There's a lot of traffic here on Coastal Highway as we wait to try and merge on. And with DelDOT's new project that broke ground today, 8 of these crossovers that they call dangerous will be gone. DelDOT says this will basically create a service road network. This video from DelDOT shows what the area of Minos-Conway Road, Nassau Road, and Old Mill Road look like now. But watch as a new service road pops up west of Route 1 with a roundabout to get onto Minos-Conway without even touching the highway. And for those that prefer to walk or bike, DelDOT says the project will also add 2 miles of new pathways for cyclists and pedestrians to improve that.
Through this project, you will no longer be able to do those cross movements from Route 1. You'll be getting off onto the service roads and then connecting under Route 1 to do those movements. So it just reduces conflict points, and conflict points are typically where you see crashes.
Okay, so we're actually crossing over right now. We had a lucky break of no traffic, but in 3 years, these crossovers won't exist. You'll have to take a service road, which will run alongside Route 1, and the project is estimated to be complete around summer 2028. From the First Alert Weather Jeep in Lewis, Emma Aiken, Coast TV News.
Thank you, Emma. And we want to know what our viewers think about this, so we'll go now to our Coast TV poll.
We're asking you, what is most needed on Route 1? Let's take a look at the updated results, and 56% say more lanes, 20% say overpasses, 20% say roundabouts, and 2% say bike paths or crosswalks.
You can still vote. It's not too late. You can do that on coasttv.com or use our mobile app, and we'll have updated results on Coast TV News at 11. And here's a look at the traffic on Route 1 near Rehoboth Beach. This was earlier this afternoon. Cars moving pretty slowly heading toward the beach, not so bad coming the other way. And with that being said, Delaware State Police are urging drivers to stay calm. They're claiming reports of road rage increases. State police say aggressive driving often stems from stress, frustration, or impatience. According to state police, if you find yourself in a road rage situation, call 911, avoid eye contact, and keep a safe distance.
Milton man is facing charges after police say he threatened lawn care workers earlier this week. Delaware State Police arrested Chad Tylecki on Monday. Troopers say Tylecki yelled at an employee from Lawns Unlimited from his neighboring home in Milton. While yelling at the employee, troopers say Tylecki showed a gun in his waistband. Troopers arrested him without incident and found the loaded gun on him. Tylecki is prohibited from having a gun, so he's now facing felony charges.
Now to the Rehoboth Beach Boardwalk, a place visited by many, loved by twice as many, and Rehoboth Beach commissioners are now looking at different ways to commemorate the history of the boardwalk. Coast TV reporter Zakia Jennings shows us what visitors and locals think about those plans.
The Rehoboth Beach Boardwalk has a long history, dating back to the 1800s. Now, city commissioners are looking to commemorate that history. It could be with a historic marker like these seen across the First State, or maybe something bigger through the National Register of Historic Places.
I think that that would be great.
Felicia Rollins thinks the boardwalk should be a historic landmark as long as it stays a place where everyone feels welcome.
If it continues to be an inclusive place for people to come of all cultures and all walk of life, and it'd be a place for us to build great memories and share things with our family and loved ones, I think that it would be awesome to be a historical landmark.
Alper Akron has owned Adeline Studio for 19 years. He wonders what establishing the boardwalk as a historic landmark would mean for development.
I don't know if it's going to bring any regulations, new regulations for landlords and businesses, and I don't know what kind of an effect that would have on businesses, and I think we need to be more clear about that, and there should be more information available to everybody.
The Boardwalk and Beach Committee will discuss this at their next meeting. In Rehoboth Beach, Zakia Jennings, Coast TV News.
We are just getting started.
Coming up, Berlin bathtub races. We have live coverage.
And over the next few days in a row, we're going to be building towards dangerous heat and humidity across all of Delmarva. More on that coming right up.
But first, summer is just getting started and we have all the ways to soak in the season. The cool things to do are up next when we're back in just 60 seconds.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
Get ready to crank it up this weekend at Delaware's longest-running music festival, June Jam. The all-day music festival in Houston is rocking its 47th year with local bands, big sounds, and good vibes. Gates open at 10 a.m. Saturday. Dogfish Head in Milton is throwing a big birthday bash Saturday night, celebrating 30 years of beer. There will be live music and plenty of pints to go around. Or soak up the sights and smells at the Lavender and Lambs Festival in Millsboro. All weekend long, you'll find sheep shearing, lavender cooking demos, and more at Brittingham Farms. And for a moment of reflection, Wings of Hope returns to Milton Memorial Park Saturday morning. It's a chance to honor those impacted by cancer with family fun and a beautiful butterfly release. For more details, you can visit CoastTV.com and click on Cool Things to Do.
Here's a look at your golf forecast. To be quite honest, this is the first time I can say this. This is absolutely perfect golf weather for Saturday. It's really warm on Sunday, so get out there Saturday. I said it before and I'm going to say it again. We have two kinds of sunshine for the next 4 days. For the first 2 days, manageable and good sunshine. Then for the 2 days after that, better watch yourself. Outside kind of sunshine. And I'll show you why in a moment. Irish Eyes camera, we're looking very clear at this point. We anticipate dropping to the mid-70s by 10 o'clock. No threats of any more storms. We left that back yesterday, okay? Today we had a high of 83 degrees in Ocean City, 87 in Georgetown. Now it was warm today, legitimately, and this is the beginning of summer officially. However, since the dew point temperatures were so far away from the air temperatures, it was a manageable 80. This is a manageable 83 in Lewis and Milton, and a very manageable and comfortable and friendly 84 degrees in Long Neck, Dagsboro, Millsboro, and in Georgetown. The reason why it's manageable and friendly and all those nice words, because the dew point temperatures in the upper 50s to low 60s, but since the air temperature's in the 80s and these temperatures in the 60s, that separation between the two allows us a lot more breathing room. So on the muggy meter, we're all right for today. A little muggy, but manageable. And we're going to dip really Saturday morning. But after that, we escalate to very humid to even miserable on Monday. I'm going to say that one more time. Monday is going to be, say it together, miserable. Got it? And Tuesday's going to be worse. All right, so that being the case, we're clear for right now, and we're looking mainly clear because we're not concerned about any more rain. High pressure controlling the weather, and high pressure, that dome is going to expand in its influence. It will open the door for more sunshine, though. So Saturday, spectacular. Lows into the low 70s, 90s rather. Then for Sunday, it starts to become humid, and then on Monday, it turns all the way around, all the way humid. You see, Saturday, we have manageable and comfortable and, manageable 80s, winds out of the southwest. For in the coast, 84, inland 91, eastern shore 91, wind southwest 5 to 10. Now, here's the part where you're going to act like all of a sudden I'm not your friend anymore, and that's okay. I'll take the heat, literally and figuratively. Dangerous heat Sunday, particularly Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're looking at a dome, really a dominant high pressure system that's going to allow the sun to just bake us like a Thanksgiving turkey. So Sunday we have temperatures well into the 90s, but look at this heat index. And this is the story. If you're not paying attention to anything else, pay attention to this part right here. You ready? Monday, 104, 108, 107 in Georgetown. Tuesday, 107 in Georgetown, 111. Berlin, 110, Selbyville, 106, Del Mar, and that's at 4:30. It's enough to make you go, come on, man, stop it. And then there's Wednesday, 102, 104. In fact, Tuesday's going to be so hot that 104 might feel cooler. And I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm dead serious on that. On top of that, take your sunscreen because we are still looking at 9s across the board for our UV index. It's just going to be brutal if you're not properly prepared or hydrated. If you have chronic health problems, I need you to take this weekend seriously and don't be so casual about it, okay? So let's round out the forecast real quick. Tonight, clear, pleasant, mild. Tomorrow, spectacular sunshine. Magnifique. Sunday, this is when the mugginess kicks in. And then here we go. As you take a look at the 7-day forecast, you see that big old HOT for Monday and Tuesday. Don't be surprised if we have first alert days because of the heat, not because of storms.
All right, Paul, thank you. Well, hey, it's now time for the 35th annual Berlin Bathtub Races.
There's lots of excitement from the local community there, and we're now going to head to Berlin to check in on the Delmarva Sports Network's live coverage of the event with DSN's Luke Milai and Coast TV's Charlie Sakaitis. Let's listen in.
And Beer Company almost goes off track, so Seaside Plumbing will coast across the finish line to victory.
It does, and I noticed there was some steering issues for Berlin Beer, and so that's something to keep an eye on with every team. If you get a little out of whack early, it can cost you because you can't push as fast for the whole thing. You got to get yourself recentered.
And you have to remember as well to stop right at that finish line. Now, the Berlin Bathtub Races team, they give you about 20 yards of space to slow down before you run into the hay bales at the end, but that was our first close call with swerving out of the way at the end.
Also, look at Seaside's bike here, or their bath. They've got sort of a tricycle situation, like a bike with training wheels kind of a deal. I'm interested to see how that's going to hold up over the course of this race, if that gives them an edge, if it makes much of a difference, because I think they're the only ones I've seen so far that are built this way.
Yeah, very small wheels as well compared to the racers we've seen, and now these next racers coming up. It'll be 20 years of Shepherd Realty taking on Out in Delight.
And so far, this whole event's been a delight.
It absolutely has. We're so happy to bring it to you here on the Delmarva Sports Network.
Oh, and we've got our bride on one of these. We've got, look at this. Look at the outfits. I love it.
And that's for teams Shepherd Realty, and then it's Out in Delight on the left.
We'll see if any of this costume adds drag down the old runway.
That looks really fun. I've never been able to go in person, but I would love to be there. I mean, just so creative what they do, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm rooting for the bride there. That sure did look a lot of fun.
And that was Luke Milai and Coast TV's Charlie Sakaitis. They're going to be out there for a while. You can actually watch it right now on the Delmarva Sports Network, but we'll be right back.
Our dry tech camera showing us the water, the sun shimming off the water will drop to 74 by 10 o'clock. Our skeeter meter by Active Pest Solutions. Listen, we're looking for a high incident on Saturday, very high on Sunday, and extreme on Monday. Monday's going to be a problem for several reasons. Valerie Bocchino of Dagsboro, you're our umbrella winner. Congratulations. Keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line, 443-880-9100. Your forecast is just a call away. Sponsored by the law office of Bruckstead, Mandalis, and Federico. And here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling exclusive 10-day forecast. Listen, Saturday's okay, Sunday's all right, but Monday and Tuesday's going to be a problem if you don't stay in the shade and drink plenty of water.
All right, Paul, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
For more news and local weather, you can download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.